Welcome to 3D Cars, where today we're stepping back in time to explore one of the most fascinating and unusual cars ever produced, the 1971 Subaru 360. In a world dominated by massive muscle cars, roaring version 8s, and bold American design, the Subaru 360 stood as a quirky, tiny, and incredibly unique alternative. Known as Japan's first mass-produced car to be exported to the United States, the 360 was never about power or size. Instead, it represented affordability, efficiency, and simplicity in its purest form. This little car has an important story to tell about where Subaru came from and how it found its way into the global automotive market. The first thing you notice about the Subaru 360 is just how small it really is. Measuring just over 10 feet long and weighing less than 1,000 pounds, the 360 was often nicknamed the ladybug because of its rounded, bug-like shape. It's almost hard to believe this car was legal to drive on American roads, especially when parked next to something like a Chevrolet Impala or Ford Mustang from the same era. But that size was no accident. The 360 was designed to meet Japan's K-car regulations, which encouraged manufacturers to build small, efficient vehicles that were cheap to buy and run. Under the rear engine cover sat a tiny two-cylinder, two-stroke engine with just 25 horsepower. By today's standards, that sounds laughably small, but for its time and purpose, it was enough to get the job done. The 360 could reach a top speed of around 60 miles per hour, though it took quite a while to get there. The car wasn't built for speed, it was built for practicality, affordability, and fuel efficiency. Owners could enjoy over 60 miles per gallon, making it extremely cheap to run, especially during a period when the automotive world was starting to pay attention to fuel costs. Despite its limited power, the Subaru 360 was surprisingly versatile. With a lightweight body and simple mechanical design, it was easy to maintain and cheap to repair. The suspension was basic, but it handled city streets reasonably well, and its small size made it perfect for tight urban environments. Parking the 360 was effortless, and weaving through traffic was a breeze. For many Japanese families, this car represented freedom and mobility at a price they could afford. When Subaru brought the 360 to America in the late 1960s, it was marketed as cheap and ugly, with an incredibly low price tag of under $1,300. That made it the cheapest new car available in the US at the time. Subaru hoped the affordability would attract budget-conscious buyers, students, or families looking for a second car. However, in America, where bigger was often considered better, the 360 was met with skepticism. Magazines even criticized it, with Consumer Reports famously calling it unacceptable due to its poor crash safety and slow performance. While it didn't sell in huge numbers in the US, it laid the foundation for Subaru's reputation as a quirky but practical automaker. Step inside the Subaru 360 and you'll find a cabin that matches the car's minimalist personality. The interior was extremely basic, with simple gauges, thin seats, and very little in the way of luxury. But for buyers at the time, that was part of the charm. It wasn't about comfort or prestige, it was about function. The lightweight doors, thin roof, and basic materials all kept the cost and weight down, making the car affordable and easy to produce. The legacy of the 1971 Subaru 360 is less about its performance and more about what it represented. It showed that cars didn't have to be expensive or powerful to matter. For many families in Japan, it was their very first car, a symbol of independence and mobility. For Subaru, it was the beginning of their global journey, proving they could compete in international markets, even if their early attempts weren't perfect. Today, the Subaru 360 has a cult following among collectors and enthusiasts. Its unusual design, tiny proportions, and historical significance make it a conversation starter wherever it goes. It's not the kind of car you buy for performance, but rather for the story it tells and the history it carries. Seeing one on the road today is a rare sight, but it instantly brings smiles and curiosity from anyone who spots it. The 1971 Subaru 360 may not have been the most powerful or popular car of its time, but it was one of the most important in shaping Subaru's identity. It set the stage for the company's growth and reminded the automotive world that sometimes small, simple cars can make a big impact. This has been 3D Cars, and if you enjoyed this look back at the 1971 Subaru 360, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into classic cars that change the way we think about driving. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.